Hello and welcome to this full moon energetic update in October 2025. Let's open the energy. And I'm just sharing a couple of links here and there, as you perhaps will find me. Here we are. Just a moment. So, welcome to this gathering where we open the portal and bring in the people and the places that we would like to support with love and light. And this open as a part of something that I contribute to every month, nearly every month, and been going on for more than 10 years in Danish, and for a couple of years perhaps now in English as well. And you just use your intention. And at the same time, you can choose if you would like to participate as an active energy worker in the field. The held field will ensure that each and every one of us will contribute a way that we can contribute the best, and that will allow us to receive what gives us the best possibility in this new era field of consciousness that we are gathering through and supporting in. Breathe, soft, deep, and allow yourself to receive. If you are receiving before you're giving, then you ensure that you will give from surplus. That's a kind of security that will automatically be the foundation when we are opening through the field of new era consciousness. The intelligent field of energy, the mutual field of consciousness, ensures that when we contribute to the energy work, that it will be the part of us that have the security and the surplus, and thus will ensure that we will be the best we can be in the energy work. Good morning. What is special right now is that our consciousness is allowed to open in 13 dimension level. The 13 dimension level is is a level where everything is supported by everything. And by everything here, it's about energy and consciousness. We have had a consciousness, we have had a frame for consciousness where the thing that seems to be most would receive the most support, the hugest support through the mutual field of consciousness. So whatever it's, and however it would seem huge, that would be what we will support. It comes from the smallest part of us, ignited by survival levels and survival ignitions. And there has been a shift now from the 9th of September 2025, where the mutual field of everybody is pseudo level to 13th dimension. 30th pseudo level means that whenever your consciousness, by chance or by choice, reach this state of consciousness where you allow your consciousness to find meaning and allow it to evolve as you are present with it, then it will be here. Before the shift, we were in the 5th dimension, pseudo level into the 5th dimension that opened in 2012. This opening into the 13th dimension was supposed to be in 2020, but the groups, the cosmic and universal groups that supports our evolution in our consciousness, they have foreseen that light workers will open and be in the 5th dimensional consciousness, reaching the 7th dimension consciousness in 2020. But because we were still living and working in the belief that we are right and you are wrong, it didn't open, but opened with success the 9th of September 2025. So a huge wave, a huge movement of awakening is going on right now, and nobody knows how it will move on. But for us together here and everywhere where we are gathering and wishing, demanding, believing, receiving, sensing, knowing that there's a possibility to be meaningful and to carry a consciousness that makes sense. Think about it for a moment. Allow yourself to be open to the making sense. What is making sense? When is consciousness making sense? When your consciousness have a movement that brings you to a better space, a better void of consciousness and a better place in reality, then your consciousness makes sense. If your consciousness brings you to a lesser place, a lesser space, narrowing in your possibility to be, then consciousness is not making sense. If consciousness has a purpose to bring you into a life and into consciousness that's more and better for you and for each and every one of us, then the narrowing, then the lesser consciousness is not making sense. So the shifts that we are in right now, that's about consciousness making sense. And let's step in. I'm open to the channel state and to the energy. It makes sense to me. Thank you so much. Sharing here. And please share in the comments and bring in any questions if you have such. And I will try to answer with the connection and the channeling, the seer capacity. So I allow the energy and the light beings, they would like to be called the wisdom people from around the universe, the wisdom people and the guardians. The guardians, often seen as dragons, they are beautifully entering our mutual field, our mutual consciousness here. And immediately they support us into the support from a 13D consciousness, the support from a 13-dimensional field. And if you would like to really open the 13th dimensional field and to investigate it as it opens collectively right now, I advise you to look to Jeanette Crowley. She is channeling Mark. Consciousness is also supporting this small gathering and support here. Channeling Mark since I think it was 98, and have a huge part of this gates opening to the new era access. And right now they are working on this accessibility for the 13th dimensional field and the consciousness intelligence, you could call it. You have the we will call it artificial intelligence, what we know about from the internet. And here is the non-artificial intelligence. It's the intelligence of the consciousness. And we have a beautiful sharing here. I've suddenly found myself feeling more comfortable with eating more vegetables and fruits. And that's actually one of these small but significant and then kind of huge recognitions of the shift. You look for it everywhere, in every smaller changes, it will show us the shifts going on, and nobody can share a mutual sign anymore. We will have our own signs, and signs is not provements. It's not something that we can lean upon, but we can catch them when they appear. We cannot force them; they come by themselves. Your spherical field opens here. It opens when your consciousness aligns with itself in 7th dimensional consciousness, and opens like a beautiful flower, perhaps, depends on how it shows itself to you, and allow the 8, 9, 10, and so on onto the 13th dimensional consciousness to support you into gather and open. So in the old era, if you can say so, your consciousness will rise and then open, rise and then open. But in the 13th dimensional consciousness, in the new era field of consciousness, it will open and rise at the same time, ensuring the balance in the awakening, ensuring the balance in the consciousness. The consciousness will be more healthy. And as shared here, the healthy ways of consciousness might show itself in how you are managing your reality. Okay, I'm called upon, and then I'm shown how in each and every one of the manageable evolutionary programs in the incarnation system, for each creature carrying an eternal soul that is love, there's kind of a management. So the incarnational or the incarnation management, they are gathering, show themselves like in circles and circles and circles. And here where we are, our circle of the management of the incarnation program, They are supported by the dragons and the light beings, show themselves or entering our energy work here in the beginning. And I see this huge, feminine, beautiful energy. And she enters through all the circles of the management and the incarnation program. She collects the human possibility to be wisdom, love, and is sharing here, sensing the expansion and how it can give us different symptoms when it goes, when we suddenly experience much more energy and consciousness traveling or entering our energy systems. It might give headaches, such as shared here. And I often listen to your Life Force Enlightenment video here on YouTube, and it's in Danish. I don't believe I have anyone in English, but I think somebody have put it out in English as well. And let's open for the support here. Life Force Enlightenment support is supporting your system to open to a manageable, no blocked version of itself that's igniting the intelligence in your system to be in development and to find a way of being a part of your reality without the resistance. In the old era, you could call all of our consciousness, all of our energy, resistance consciousness, resistance energy. Life Force Enlightenment support you into the non-resistant version. And then your consciousness carry all that's impossible in your DNA memory field. You're carrying all the library you need to be the best version of yourself. And I'm thankful it's shared here, and I'm so thankful for your sharings. And yes, huge dragons, exactly. This beautiful feminine energy collects through the management, incarnation management, and all the incarnational programs. She collects consciousness states that we haven't been able to enter until now. The 13th dimensional consciousness allow us to reach the state of being conscious where the consciousness is non-resistant. And when it opens, we need the inner connection to the libraries, the inner books with wisdom that tells or teach our system and our consciousness how to carry itself. It's not about behavioral ways. We need to take care of that ourselves. It's about seeing. It's about perspective. And if you can't see, if you have no perspective about how you carry yourself, about the higher version of dignity that goes to the deepest levels within, how would you be able to carry yourself in any other ways than what makes sense? And if you can't see, if you have no perspective where you can see yourself from within and from without at the same time, you have no availability for knowing. So the knowingness opens with this, and she's still on her way. And we have the Danish version of the full moon energy work yesterday, and here we open for the connection, the inner connection through a center point. The center point is the center of the spherical field that opens from 7 to 13D, and the center point opens to the gate through your contra field, your universal gate. And each and every one of us have this opening. It opens right now again, where like small bubbles of consciousness enters into our reality through our gate, through our contra field gate, into our 13D availability for humanity. And these bubbles, they are consciousness states, they are potential consciousness states where you can see, where you know the knowingness is the carrier, and it it reopens here for us to be a part of this as well. And perhaps you sense how these bubbles interest from within, and when what you can use from it will be settled in your field and allow it to receive the support to be the gate, to be the 13th dimensional gate of consciousness. It's beautiful. I'm being touched by this in ways I'm not comprehending, I'm not understanding, and that's actually the support I can give. So when we will be the carriers, when we will be the a part of the management, a part of the support from the awakening, for the awakening, it will be about accepting, non-comprehending, non-availability for understanding or communicating, but we know and we resonate. So the new language that opens from within and ignites the wisdom from within comes by knowingness carried in an inner void of consciousness with non-understanding, non-comprehending. Breathe. As we contribute to the mutual field with these bubbles, these potential state of consciousness in 13D, allow it to enter our reality and be a support for each and every one of us as an inner mirror. They are now merging. So the different states of consciousness, the different possibilities in 13th dimension, they are merging into the support for groups of consciousness for the groups, the mutual consciousness for different connections that we carry as a part of our systems, as a part of the way we are in our reality. So we are attending different groups and participating in different things that make sense to us. And it's not participating in reality, of course it can be. It's more like how we participate through our consciousness and our energy in what's important to us, what makes sense, what gives us meaning in parts of life, different parts of lives, our lives. And these merging, fusionated bubbles, states of consciousness that carries itself. For groups, they are developing now and reaching this potential of 13 dimension consciousness for the gathered earth people. So the mutual field of the gathered earth people ignites as a potential. It's like the balance between ascension and descension. Ascension and descension. I don't know if that's English words as well, actually. And these beautiful fusionated bubbles or 13th dimensional consciousness potentials for groups, for gatherings. There's something going on here. It's about the strength and the collaboration. It's a strength in collaboration. Everyone is important and everybody is carrying this potential of making sense, bringing sense in. And when sense makes sense to everybody, it becomes mutual truth. Mutual truth opens for truth that makes sense. When a truth makes sense, it carries itself as a kind of a force that supports us into gathering and contributing with what makes sense for us to contribute with. The previous ways of the mutual field have been fighting instead of uniting. As this 13D potential for collaboration, mutuality opens in our mutual field of consciousness for Earth people, and it is right now. It is here. It's here. Then we connect with the universal version. So the circles from the management, the incarnation management throughout the universe, they have one potential fusionated 13D consciousness version. They are that beautiful bubble connects with our 13D potential, this beautiful bubble here, and this feminine consciousness that travels throughout the universe and gathered, collected small pieces of consciousness that we need here but haven't been able to reach it. But we have carried the potential for reaching these stage, these part of consciousness. You could call them codes. It's more like building stones for consciousness. But you could call them codes. You could call them recognition of wisdom. You could call them balanced states of being. You could call them consciousness that makes sense. You could call them healthy consciousness, building blocks of healthy consciousness. And what is building blocks of healthy consciousness, that's experiences. So if a consciousness have an experience of existing in a physical reality and contributing to this physical reality to be more healthy, then it opens to intelligence that makes sense. So this is, when you know it from artificial intelligence, you know we have data, and the artificial intelligence create the data kind of by itself, using knowledge created by humans, and created by humans for thousands of years, available through the internet. And this knowledge, this data, the artificial intelligence use it as a foundation to create intelligence carried by these data created by humanity. But all our data in our consciousness is carried in through a survival system. And the data collected in the universe through the incarnational system is experiences of carriage of experiences of consciousness, created in a non-survival mode. So these data now arrives here as our mutual consciousness in the 13th dimension aligns with the universal potential of 13D, creates a portal. This is the first portal that aligns the universal consciousness before cosmic Atlantis, since cosmic Atlantis. In cosmic Atlantis, the connection broke. I'm not sure that's a word. Breathe. Here it goes. The update from within. And your potential for being 13th dimensional consciousness opens in the sub levels of consciousness, where we automatically accept or not even reach. So we automatically accept or exist in a non-understanding, non-comprehending version of ourselves. Collecting and handling data like a champ, like no creature in the universe, because all of our system has developed through a survival system experiences, and that have developed the most strong system for data handling, but also the lowest version. So the 13th dimensional expansion that opened through the void of consciousness with not knowing, or open to the knowingness with not knowing, this kind of short-circuiting, positive short-circuiting, release a huge part of the libraries and release the cosmic burden in our mutual field, and exchange the burden, the cosmic burden, into direction or into a purpose. So when the karmic burden exchange into a purpose, that happens when your reality makes sense, and through love, compassion, and knowingness, You just know there's a reality that would make sense to everybody at the same time. When you know this and your consciousness begins the evolution towards this together with all of us, then the karmic burden as a foundation for the previous reality, the 3D, 4D reality, when that foundation is exchanging, shifting, it's through the 13th dimensional portal, it shifts into every experience, all part of history, delivers the ignition, the fuel, the direction. There's a non-linear direction for the creation of a new reality that makes sense for you and me and for everybody at the same time. And the sharing here, nice to hear about, exciting. Yes, I get it. And now I know why it feels like my body's calibrating. It's my cells, it's in my cells. I feel like they are all vibrating love, cosmic Atlantis. They are our ancestor in you could say, in the level of the eternal soul that is love. They are our ancestors in consciousness. And all the Atlantean people across the universe. In Cosmic Atlantis, it's not called Cosmic Atlantis. They're not carrying a language like we are or were, but we have a sister experience here, an experience of a people that developed consciousness and misused it. It's a much smaller version. We are in a really young part of the universe here, and a lot of the memory of as Atlantis carried in here, as I see it, they are from other civilizations, from other incarnational programs across the universe. Each and every one of us is now in this time carrying in consciousness from fulfilled incarnational programs to support this shift. And perhaps the expression of this extremely extremely potent consciousness and energy system to be awakened across the universe by ignition, by the seed of here where we are. It will only open if we are shifting or developing into the 13th dimensional consciousness as our foundation, as our creation of direction, of evolution of consciousness. Thank you so much. I can sense this beautiful female, feminine, this beautiful feminine consciousness. Now, create the access to the wisdom from within that each and every one of us needs for the next steps. Creating a new kind of development in consciousness, a new way of maturing in consciousness. It's like the deliverance of teachers' programs in consciousness fields that will be delivered to us like we already know. So it's like awakening from within. And sharing here, thank you for your healing words. My headache lifted. Cosmic Atlantis gives me meaning when you explained it. Means a lot. Take care and have a great day. Thank you so much. Take care and have a great day everywhere. I'm just having this last part of the vision where I see the portal from the newer field. I see kind of a diamond or a huge crystal, and that this feminine consciousness, energy, wisdom, she's creating an availability for this, an availability and accessibility for this inner teaching. Opens from within each and every one of us, and this accessibility, availability, it's here. And that's a landing from this full moon energetic update. I'm Marianne Lena. I'm a Danish energy worker, new era field of consciousness, shaman of the new era, modern shaman, and energy mechanic, and a library guardian. I'm a natural, but have my first real step into the connection and the collaboration with the energies and the consciousness, what you would call it. The first steps was through the work created by Jeanette Crowley. Yes. And my inner guidance. And from that on, so many steps and so many people, so many meetings, so many exchanges, each and everyone contributing to the path of this work. Thank you so much. Hope to see you here and then everywhere. I have received, again, you could say, ideas or channeled experiences about sharing some of the things from these inner teachings and whatever wants to be shared. So I'm in preparation for this and look forward to that work as well. With love, compassion, and adventure. Thank you from this meeting, and see you here and there and everywhere.